Hi everybody, welcome back to DayZ, and in this kind of mini's complete beginner's guide, I'm going to be talking about how you move things from your inventory into things like barrels or sea chests or wooden crates or guest tents, things like that. So you're kind of moving things around in your inventory because it can be a bit difficult to get your head around. Now, although I'm doing this on an Xbox server, hello fellas, I'm going to try my best to transpose the controls to PlayStation as well, but I may well get them wrong, so be careful with that sort of stuff. So let's go up to this barrel, and let's press X to open it, or that would be square on PlayStation, and we open it. So with the barrel open, we can now access it. With things like sea chests, or wooden chests, or tents, you just have to get inside, really. Now, if we bring up our inventory, on Xbox, it's the options button, and on PlayStation, I think it's either the big touch button in the middle or the options button, not sure which, but get into this screen here. And you've kind of, the way the inventory works in DayZ is on the right hand side where I've got that red highlight on the top of equipment. That's everything that we've got on our body and in our pockets and in our bags on our body. And we can swap between that to the middle by pressing the left shoulder button or the left bumper button to what's in our hands, nothing at the moment. And if we press left again, we can go what's around us, or what's in the vicinity around us. But let's go back to our equipment by pressing the right shoulder button or right bumper button. So as you can see, actually physically on my body, I've got my gun, I've got my vest, I've got my jacket, I've got my trousers, I've got my backpack, I've got my hat, I've got my shoes, got my gloves, and got my balaclava. So that's physically what's on me. And then underneath, and we can navigate down using the D-pad. So pressing down on the D-pad, we can go down, and we can go through the individual things. So jacket, trousers, backpack, that sort of thing. And then we go back to the top. Or if you press the trigger button, so right trigger, we can kind of switch between the items fast. The problem with DayZ is that the inventory system is a little bit janky, and often you'll get to a situation where, like there, where I've actually got my pants selected, but we can't see them very well. We need to go round, and you can end up going up and down on the D-pad and kind of chasing your way around. So you've got to be quite patient. Also, if we go to the top of the screen, you see these little arrows next to my vest, and my jacket, my trousers, and my backpack, they're pointing up. That means that item is open in my inventory for me to access. If I click in my right stick, it will close it. So if I go to my jacket, for example, if you look at where it says jacket in the bottom right corner, if I click, see, everything disappears. So if you ever can't get into your inventory for a particular piece of clothing, like your jacket, just make sure that the arrow over the jacket at the top is pointing up. And you do that again by right-clicking in your right stick, and that will open it up. So that's how we kind of navigate around. And then if you look down in the bottom right hand side of the screen, where all the commands are, all the tips, that kind of tells you what you can do. So with things that are in our backpack as we're moving around, or a jacket like here, you'll see it says A to swap to hands, and that would be X on Xbox. So if I just press A, that can of drink will go straight into my hand, so I can now do something to it. So if I come out my inventory, you'll see, if you look in the bottom left hand corner, I can now drink it. Or I could press X to put it back in my inventory, or I could hold X to drop it, so that would be square on PlayStation, wouldn't it? So we can put it back in our backpack, and that's gone back in our backpack. But let's say we want to put something into the barrel. So we've opened up the barrel, which is good, and now we want to put something in there. So this is where we use the A and hold, or X on PlayStation and hold, to move stuff around. So what you do is you press and hold A on your Xbox controller, or press and hold X on your PlayStation controller. Just hold it down. And then what you can do is, if you use the shoulder buttons to go left, if I let go of A now, the can will appear in my hands. If I press and hold A and then press right on the shoulder button, and it's gone to, so it's now in equipment, and then press down on my D-pad till I get to the vest. And now I release A, or release X on Xbox. It should, I didn't go down far enough. It will appear in my vest. So what was happening there, why I was having trouble is the game was trying to put that can of Coke on the gap for the hook that you can have on Hunter Vest. So let's do that again. So let's take the can of Coke, press and hold A on Xbox, A on Xbox or X on PlayStation. Press the left shoulder button, and we'll put that in our hands. press and hold A on Xbox or X on PlayStation and press the right shoulder button and then press down on the D-pad. In fact, let's put it into our hunter jacket till we get to hunter jacket and release it. And there you go. See the cans appeared there? So that's how you can kind of move stuff around. So if I wanted to move something from my jacket to my vest, I would press and hold A on Xbox or X on PlayStation up on the D-pad and then release, and then it moves it to there. So to move stuff from my backpack or my hands to the barrel, what I need to do is press and hold A, press left on the left top bumper button to move it to my hands. Don't let go yet. And then press left again to go to vicinity, but don't let go yet. And press down to go so the barrel is highlighted. Now if I let go, it's in the barrel. How good is that? Now let me show you something else. So let's say with this glow stick, if I pressed and held A on Xbox or X on PlayStation and press left shoulder button to go to my hands, and I just let go when and press left again in vicinity, that would just now be on the floor. There it is, see? In front of me. But if we want to put stuff into the barrel, let's put some, what are these? These are baked pumpkin slices. So press and hold A on Xbox, X on PlayStation, left shoulder button to the hands. I mean, remember I can let go at that point and they're in my hands. Press and hold A on Xbox, X on PlayStation, press and hold left shoulder button, and then press down on the D-pad, release, and then it's in the barrel. Now, at this point as well, if you look down in the bottom of the screen, you'll see we can actually, if we just tap A, we can put something back into our hand straight away. Or if we highlight something, we can actually press X to put it straight back into our inventory. So when you go in the other way, you don't have to do quite so much. So if we open that barrel, let's open that barrel. And let's stand around the other side, and you'll see where sometimes it can be a little bit complicated. So we've got a couple of barrels near to us, and we've got a wooden chest and a sea chest. So let's see. So if we look there, so we're close enough to put things inside the wooden crate and inside the barrel. So what we could do, see this thing that's on the floor, the spade. If we press and hold, if we just highlight it and press and hold A on Xbox or press and hold X on PlayStation, and then press down on our D-pad, we can then release. We can put the spade in the crate. Let's go back up to the top where these nails are. Let's press and hold over the nails. Press down twice on our D-pad, and let's drop the nails in the barrel. Let's put the nails straight into our backpack. So we would do this by pressing X, just tap X, and that would drop it straight in on Xbox, so that would be square on PlayStation. Dunk, and that goes straight into our inventory. If your inventory is full, you can't do that. Or the other thing you would have seen as well is if you press and hold X, it will immediately take the spade out of the crate or the barrel and put it on the floor. There we go. So if you're ever in a situation where you've got lots and lots of things near you, sometimes it's easier to get to an angle where you can't see all of them, so things don't get quite as complicated. So as you can see here, so I've highlighted vicinity, and we've got this dry bag, and we've got the sea chest. Remember, if I just click in my right stick, I can kind of close them up because the arrows have to be pointing upwards for us to be able to see them. And then what we can do is now, let's say we want to put this knife into the sea chest. So we would press and hold A on Xbox, we would press and hold X on PlayStation. So pressing hold it, left shoulder button once, left shoulder button again, down on the D-pad. We've got to do it twice actually, because at the top one is we can actually add a chem light or a radio to the dry bag. So we go down again, release, and there's the knife. Let's move the knife to the sea chest. So press and hold A on Xbox, press and hold X on PlayStation, press down once, release, and there it is. A to put it back on our hands, shoulder button to move back to the hands, X to pop it in our inventory. So there we go. Trust me, once you get used to it, you can do it really fast. And because it seems very complicated at first, but that in essence is the core of moving things between storage containers. Again, tents are exactly the same. You just got to get inside them so you can get close enough. But I've got a tent over here, haven't I? Oh no, I can't use them. They're prefab tents, not made tents. Okay, so hopefully that video was useful. If it has been, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.